Hey everybody, this is Sin Speaks, and today we're doing a interview with Pony Tonite, the two main hosts, Shell Dog and Corporate Brony. How you guys?
How you doing, every pony? Can you hear me okay?
Awful. I'm sick. I'm miserable. How you doing, Sin?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
So first off, I'm going to ask you guys what you do for all the viewers who haven't seen your channel but probably will move to your channel.
Okay, Pony Tonite is a channel where we do podcasts with your favorite brony personalities every Friday and Thursday night at 10 p.m. EST. It's like a general kind of topic conversation show and a little bit of interview too mixed in there. And we talk to a lot of different bronies from every aspect of the fandom: analysis, music, video creation, con organizers, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Have you ever had a con organizer on?
Purple Tinker.
Oh, well,
Oh,
yeah.
you guys had Purple Tinker? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did, 2012 BronyCon, didn't she?
Yes, she did, and the ones she started BronyCon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, on the channel, we also do other videos. We don't just do these, this podcast, which is the main catch, but we like to play games and shit, and, like we'll have videos where we, we'll do like Hot or Not. So we'll get in a call and we'll go on Equestria Daily and we'll be like, okay, let's look at the cosplay compilation number 50, and then we'll get in the call and we'll say whether they're hot or not. So we'll have these silly little things that we also do kind of on the side when we're bored or whatever, these dumb, I don't know. Yeah, we do plot fic readings too, and group kind of things, and then we also like Corp. You made the 9/11 joke thing.
Twitter might smelt.
Twitter might smelt steel beams. Yeah, so these like stupid little kind of whatevers. We do that as well.
For the viewers, their stuff is a NSFW podcast. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like
okay. Your guys' stuff is an NSFW podcast. Just for all the viewers out there who might be interested in watching your stuff.
Yeah. Luna gotta stay away from us.
Yeah. For this, it's not like we don't go into we can't randomly say stuff like don't beep this out. Beep. We don't randomly say stuff like that. So
okay. Corpulent Brony also has a channel, so I guess he can talk about that. But aside from Pony Tonite. And I think he should, because that's what he's really good at. And
I make pony videos, mostly analyses. So I try to take interesting looks at the show and certain aspects of the show. For season 5, I've been trying to do regular episode analyses. I recently did one with ANY Pony, ANY Entertainment. Collab with him. Do other analyses. I'm working on one for the newest episode. I've done a couple on like time and Equestria and other things that people might wonder about. And I try not to use headcanons. I try to use actual evidence within the show.
Yeah.
And not.
Yeah, dude. This is why I love Corp's analysis videos. Because they're so like, they come off as very like scientific almost, or like very factually based stuff, and he really gets in it. Like, he was saying he did these time videos, and he goes so in depth, and like he watched every episode of the show like a few times, looking for every single scene where there was a clock, and he was logging that shit. Like,
or
this
when
guy,
the day changed.
Corpulent is like the hardcore, as I won't swear because this.
So basically, I look
you guys
for the
can
number
swear
of
if you
days.
want to. You guys can swear.
Okay,
You just
great.
can't say
We can't say anything that's like really, really.
So nothing sexual. Okay.
Yeah. Not
I understand. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, so.
It was pretty boring, actually. Even though I like the Pony Show, when you're watching it to like take notes and everything, it gets kind of. It's like, oh my gosh.
I got my 2-year-old sister into the show when she was born, so she watches it damn near daily. So I've seen almost every single episode like 100 times.
Well, it's good to get them young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually really interesting because the first word that she said was pinky.
Gosh, was really.
It was hilarious because she can now say all the six CMC, main six. She can say the CMC and the 4 princesses.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's almost 3, I think, in this upcoming June. But away from that. For the viewers, you guys may notice Andrew is not here right now. He is currently fast asleep, pondering probably mysteries of life and the universe itself. I suppose. I don't know. So...
Touching on your sister, actually, I just thought of this. You're talking about your sister being into the show and how you got her into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the exact opposite happened for me. My brother told me because he eats it and he thinks bronies are just a bunch of idiots.
Mm-hmm.
So that got me into the show from him, like, complaining about them. I was like, come on, bad kid. Give me a break. Really?
The awesome thing, for my viewers probably know this, but, I got into the show originally because my brother was talking about a fanfiction that he read, like multiple fanfictions, but they were all pony fanfictions. Like for a straight year and a half, he got me in when he was 2 years grown. But for a straight year and a half, he was talking about fanfictions that were ponies without including the ponies.
What kind of fanfictions were they?
Do you know of AIE fanfiction?
Anonymous in Equestria?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Like Fascinator, Mandroid.
Oh.
I was just wondering if it was like My Little Dashie.
I still have not read that.
I was just in a call with the guy who wrote that. He's kind of funny.
Oh,
I couldn't believe how he sounded. He's like, hey guys, what's that? Like, whoa, is that Rob? What?
It's like, what, do you have a voice modulator or something? No,
dude, I pitched that guy out, man. I'm like,
he was supposed to be on our show, but he didn't show up.
He pulled an automatic jack, man. He was like, oh. He just didn't respond, actually. He didn't even respond to us.
So actual topic, since we're about 8 minutes in.
You could probably already said this. Do you guys consider yourself a brony in the actual, like in the fandom?
Guess it depends what you define as a brony. For me, I would say that I am a brony because I participate way too much in this fandom. Like way too much. An unhealthy amount.
No such things!
And, I think that, yeah, I mean, I don't like most bronies. And I know that sounds really shitty, but like, a lot of bronies, like, I wouldn't want to hang out with them, or like, cause there's a certain pattern that I've kind of noticed between the ones that I've met. And it's like this, they're just not really like me at all. And I get really annoyed really easily. And like, I don't know. I don't really know how to articulate it well. I apologize. But like, I'm a brony in terms of like where I am in the fandom, and I only stay in certain areas in the fandom where I feel comfortable. Like usually, in a couple Skype groups, and that's about as far as it goes. I do browse some websites. I don't know. I mean, I'd say I'm a brony, but I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. What about you, Cord?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely a brony. I'm a little bit more than, I kind of buy into the whole love and tolerate thing too, and I know Sheldon doesn't like that.
Yes, love and tolerate your neighbor until they annoy you, then shoot them in the head.
No, I like a lot of the brony fandom, and I think though what Sheldon was saying is totally true. There are parts of the brony fandom that sort of make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And maybe not because of what you might think. It's just they're so, like, I'm not really part of me really is looking forward to BronyCon, but there's another part that's really kind of afraid of the people.
There's some really creepy people.
Yes.
In the fandom.
That's what I'm afraid of. Like, I was talking to some people from, like, you might know who they are, but, like, they were telling me about their experiences and how there were people who would just follow you around and not say anything, and then they'd start tweeting to people on their phone, I'm hanging out with AC Race Best, and they're on like the other side of the room.
Yeah.
It's like
I know where AC
awkwardness.
Race Best is. He checks his phone. Oh wow, somebody knows where I am. Who is it?
It,
Oh, he just messaged me. He's staring at my eyes. What is this?
yeah, Court, man. Like, I'm not really worried about that though. Or not that it, and I use the word afraid, and I wouldn't really.
I'm not really afraid. I'm dreading having to.
Right. Like, I just feel, it's like, oh, like, dude, really? Like,
I'm not that, like, horse famous, luckily. I'm, like, barely at all. But I'm still worried that some people are gonna come up to me and know who I am, and that would just be so uncomfortable if I don't know who they are.
Yeah,
especially if they kind of have spaghetti in their pockets. It's just gonna be really weird.
Yeah, I really want that to happen to me, just because I always go around places with my brother. And he loves seeing people spaghetti. I mean, he will find it hilarious when I'm at your show. We've been talking about this for a long time. And almost all my fans at this point are probably like, dude, stop talking about it. But the moment I meet her, my brother is just gonna fall to the ground laughing. I can guarantee you this.
I mean, Dusty Cat likes spaghetti. I bet your brother would get along with him pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
I love My Little Pony. Holy shit. What a good show.
Who are you guys' favorite ponies? For example, a top 3 favorite ponies. For example, my one is Apple Bloom, Rainbow Dash, and Pinkie Pie in that order.
Court can go first.
My favorite pony is Twilight Sparkle.
Oh, yeah.
She's
expecting that.
Yeah, she's the best pony. She's the best princess, and yeah.
There will be so many people that are going to be so annoyed at you.
Well, I'm sorry. It's just the truth, And if you look at you see my image on my Skype picture here, or if you look at any of my videos, you'll see evidence of this. Second best, I'd say, is maybe Rainbow Dash. I like how she's kind of awesome and she's outgoing and she's just got that.
I love the newest episode with Tank.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
And then I also like what Sheldon's worst pony, but it's my third favorite, is Fluttershy. I think she's real cute. So
how's that your worst favorite? Come on, Shell. Come on.
Okay, so my favorite, I don't know, like this changes all the time for me.
He's not able to do his waifus.
I literally, because it depends how I'm feeling in the particular moment or whatever. But I don't know. Right now, my favorite's probably Rainbow Dash again. I don't know. Pinkie Pie, Applejack. I put Pinkie Pie, Applejack, and Rainbow Dash in the top 3 like consistently.
Yeah,
so that's what I'll say. I don't know what order. I don't know.
You used to have Twilight as your second best, didn't you? Like a long time.
Yeah, I did. Oh yeah, like when I first. Because Twilight, before she was an Alicorn, man, she was way better back then. Way better. Better character.
You started watching the show after she was already an Alicorn.
Yo, I started watching the show at the first episode of the first season, man. That's where I started.
Yeah, right. That's why.
I cannot watch shows like not in chronological order. Like that drives me crazy. I can't do it.
Yeah, I know how that feels, man. Oh my god. I keep seeing people who are watching like the 4th episode of like the 3rd season. I'm like, have you seen the episodes? They're like, no, I'm just watching this one. I'm just like, what was wrong with you?
I mean, it's probably because I used to watch like anime almost exclusively. And for anime, there's only one anime that was kind of annoying to me, and that's Corp did a video on this one, Harry Suzuki or Haruhi. That one's not in chronological order when it aired on TV, so that was a little confusing. And that was annoying. But yeah, most anime is, I guess most TV shows are kind of chronological, but I'm just used to that. So like, when I got into MLP, I did go online and I was searching like, which episode should I watch? And, bunch of people, had a bunch of recommendations on forums or whatever, but I thought, you know what? No, I'm just going to start at the beginning. If this show is really good, it's going to hook me near the beginning or close it, or I'm just going to drop it. And luckily it did, the first 2 episodes.
I had a friend who really wanted to get into Pony, and he said, and he didn't even ask me where to start. He just went and watched on his own. He picked Art of the Dress as his first episode. And he's like, I don't get this pony show. And I'm like, which episode did you see? And he's like, it was one with a pony making dresses. I'm like, damn it.
That's a good episode, man.
It is good, but it's not a good first episode.
It's not a good first one.
That just depends on who you are. But,
I mean,
because you don't know the characters, you don't know
if you really want to hook someone in the show, but you don't want them to like watch the first bit. They don't want to watch things. You pick this end of the 4th season just because of that fight scene, and that will hook them to make it so they watch the rest of it all the way up there, just to get to know everything.
I mean, a lot of people don't like recommending the pilot, but I think it's the perfect episode.
Yeah, the pilot was
really
good.
Because it establishes all the characters and it introduces to them all. So you know, like, what to expect and why they're doing what they're doing in future episodes, right? Like, you know them. So, yeah.
And other people have suggested, like, the wedding episode only because of or not the wedding one, but the Discord one, only because it can hook on, like, sci-fi fans and
Q.
stuff.
I mean, Q is freaking awesome.
So, I mean, that sci-fi stuff for nerds, and, I'm not into that. I'm not no nerd like you guys.
Yeah,
so.
You're not a nerd at all.
My family are nerds and geeks, and we're proud. What inspired you guys to do everything you do?
I gotta think. Corp, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So for me, my inspiration, so I joined the fandom in like I said, about middle of season 2, towards the end of season 2. My girlfriend got me into it. She wanted to watch this new show together. Neither of us had watched it yet. And she was into ponies back in the 80s. I'm kind of old. And yeah, so I started to like it, but I kind of denied that I liked it for the longest time. I was like, I'm not into ponies, but I kept saying, like, hey, come over to my house. Let's go watch the next pony show. Don't we have to do that now? Isn't it time to do that? And she's like, oh, okay, I guess. And I'm like, yes. So I was like excited to watch it, and I was in denial, and I couldn't admit it to myself. I really like the ponies. And then I started to slowly admit it, and I started buying merch. But I started watching the YouTube videos of other people who've done pony content. I started out with like PMVs, like I think a lot of people do, and moved on to, I found these analyses videos, specifically the analysis videos of Digibro.
Yeah, I'm so sad that his channel was taken down.
Well, it's back up.
Oh, it's back. It's been back for a while.
Yeah, no, but I was so annoyed that they took it down in the first place. I mean, they've done that with how many people now?
Yeah, well, they'll do it with other people. But anyway, to continue, so I found these Digibro videos, and I enjoyed his stuff. Then, around the time season 4 began, I found other analysts too. Mm-hmm. Around the time season 4 began, though, like, his quality kind of went downhill. He started having a relationship, and he had a relationship breakup, and there was a lot of drama in his personal life, and the quality of stuff kind of reflected that, and it became very negative, and I know a lot of people say, oh, he wasn't negative, but he totally was. But then he did these diaries, those season 4 diaries, which were really pretty good. But by then, I'd already decided to do my own stuff. So one night, I was shirtless, hanging out, and I did a stupid video trying to promote my girlfriend's Patreon. When I realized how easy it was to upload videos to YouTube.
Classic.
I'm like, you know what? I should read these analysis videos. I can do it better than Digibro. I can make better points than him. I think he misses stuff, so screw it, I'll do it. That's how I got into it.
Nice. Are you part of the analyst group for MLP? Like My Munchkin?
Rift?
Like My Munchkin, Ink Rose, I
watch
Impossible a lot.
We can talk about that.
Yeah, I know them, and I'm in the Rift Cafe, and I do know most of those people you mentioned. I've talked to them all.
Have
the
you
only
talked to
exception
Ink Rose?
is Ink Rose. No, nobody talks.
Nobody freaking
Okay,
we can. What are you talking about?
I've never talked to Ink Rose, but we
I've been trying
we do talk to Ink Rose's boyfriend.
I've been trying to get an interview with Ink Rose, but
you're never gonna get it.
Yeah, I know. It's
you need some more subs before she even considers it.
Yeah, no. I did one with Maddie, but she doesn't know Ink Rose personally.
No, many people do.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta get in with Dr. Wolf, man. But why would you want to talk to Dr. Wolf? That's what I would ask you.
I messaged Dr. Wolf as well, but he hasn't replied to me.
Careful, he'll make you script your podcast. Be careful.
It'd be fun to do one with him.
No, it wouldn't. Okay, so we're getting off topic. Are you done, Corp?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm done. Go ahead, Sheldon. Okay,
so I really didn't care about making content. The one thing MLP did inspire me to do was pick up the piano. I went to school for music at university, and on the drum kit, and I played a little bit of marimba, and I was never really inspired to learn any kind of melodic instrument other than those because I didn't really care. Which was a mistake on my part. My professors used to say, you know, you should pick up a second instrument. It'll make you better on your other instrument. But, I didn't. And it probably would have made ear training in theory a lot easier. But, of course, I'm a lazy son of a bitch. And I didn't care. But, I started watching MLP and I heard the music. And the music really,
Yeah, the music
like,
is so
captivated
good.
me. Like, it was so beautiful and it was so
It's
good.
like Disney movie, songs.
And it just felt really good to me. And they're not really difficult songs. So I figured, hey man, like I could pick up a piano and this could like get me into piano. This'll be great. So I did quit playing actually because I just hate the fucking piano. But, I did learn a few songs and that was fun. But as for the channel as it is, on YouTube right now, when I first got into the fandom, I told a lot of my friends about it in real life, and hoping that some of them would be into it, like I was. And there was actually one guy. His name's Andrew, but I don't see Andrew very often. And Andrew is kind of this like he's like agoraphobic, so he won't leave his house, or he doesn't want. But he's not agoraphobic. Like if he leaves his house, he'll have a panic attack. He just doesn't want to. Like he just won't very often. So, you know, it's, and I hate going to his house because it's dirty and shit and he doesn't clean. He has like 8 cats and his mom is just a drug addict and it's like, man, you know, I don't, you know. So I was looking for a social outlet, on the internet, which is kind of your only option at this point. And I went to MLP forums and MLP forums really taught me about well, I shouldn't say the whole fandom, but how that section of the fandom behaved, and I wasn't really into it. You know, you'd like go on and then there'd be a thread like, what did you guys think of the new episode? And then everyone's like overly positive and there's no critical points. And if you say anything critical or if you swear or something, like they ban you or they get in trouble. Right. And I was like, man, this is like not cool, man. Like I don't, you know, this isn't me. Like this isn't my style. So I started a thread and I said, you know, anybody who wants to hang out, because I recently discovered Skype as a good platform to have voice calls with people. Yeah. And I said, you know, anyone who wants to hang out, let's talk about the horse show and we'll drink or whatever and we'll have a good time. I'm trying to give off this more adult kind of vibe so that more of those kind of people would come my way and I could kind of filter out all the ones who weren't like that. And it worked. You know, I built up this Skype group, you know, and at some point we named it the Pony Fuckcast. And this is kind of where everything started. And then, you know, people would bring other people in. And then we started having these calls like late into the night talking about the show when everything was new and fresh. We were having a ton of fun, you know, getting drunk and being dumb which is what we still do today in the room. It's the same room, you know, on Skype. It's still around. And, over time though, I met this guy named Burning Donut, which is an awesome dude. He does this podcast. It's called the Donut Cast on his channel. Unfortunately, it's on hiatus right now, but they would talk about the new episode. And around this time too, I too had discovered, Digibro. And I was like totally fascinated by the absurdity of the whole thing. And I was like, this is great. Like, I want to get into this. So, my friend, Anthony, he also, was into Digibro. So we would like sit there and we'd be like, oh, you know, let's pursue this analysis thing. And then Anthony discovered this place called The Rift, which is what Corp was talking about. This place where all the analysis people, they congregate and they talk about cool things. And then you can meet all the horse famous people that you look up to, which is absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, we started making analysis videos and then we got into The Rift. And then once we were in The Rift, like we were talking to all these cool people and that was incredible. And then, Donut Cast unfortunately went on hold because of issues with Donut. And, we started our own podcast. We called it the same name, the Pony Fuckcast. And the reason I chose that name was because, I wanted to give off this message or this vibe of a more adult kind of show for
because if kids look at that, they're like, "What? No, sorry, no."
Well,
no,
right. I wanted to provide a show because I couldn't find one. You know, I wanted to provide a show that's like adult dudes talking about the thing they like. You know, you go to the bar and you talk to your friends and you're just cursing and you're laughing and you're just doing all this fun. And no other shows was kind of like that. So I was like, well, the brony community needs one of these, and we started doing that. And at that point, we weren't taking it very seriously. You know, the first few of our episodes were about, like dating or Licky used to talk about like manly men things, and then we'd talk about trains or like cars or whatever, like just this random stuff. And then, at this point, you know, I had met Corp from the Rift and, Anthony, and then, another guy named Meliminus who's on our show all the time as a co-host, and Licky, this other guy. And basically, we started making these shows, like I was saying, and then I had this idea for a video. I made a video titled "Why Bronies Jack Off to Ponies," and I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's just this video I made, and I don't know if you know who Give and Take is.
No.
Give and Take, he's an analyst, dude. He saw it, and he linked it at the end of one of his videos, because he was doing the exact same kind of video I was at the time, but I got mine out first, mostly because of lazy editing. And, he linked it. So our channel, like, blew up pretty quickly. You know, not really, like, not like crazy blew up, but we got a lot of people coming and a lot of traffic.
I think we got like 100 subs in a month or so.
Yeah, you know, it was pretty crazy at the time. And, the video, just the views kept climbing and climbing and climbing. And we were going, oh my God, you know, this, and I'm like, this is the perfect time to start the podcast. Like, let's make it a legit actual podcast. So I modeled the show after another show I really like. It was called The Game Over Greggy Show. And it was basically just everybody comes up with a topic and we invite on a special guest every show. And everybody just kind of talks about it. And so, we created this like Pony Fuckcast Relations email account, and then we like started emailing
Well, we
people.
call it the PFC Relations. We didn't want to turn off potential guests.
Right. PFC Relations. And, you know, to like Saberspark and Paleo and all these guys, and like they're all answering and they're like, yes, and we're like, what? Really? Okay, great.
And Ed Munchkin was her first guest.
Yeah.
Was she?
Yeah, she was her first guest, but she didn't show up to the first
right,
show.
Right, yeah.
So we had Saberspark and Paleo instead that day.
Nice.
So,
you guys met Saberspark?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's cool. So basically, to answer your question, I was inspired to make content just so I can provide the community with a show that's a little more not serious, laid back, and more general conversation instead of just talking about the show or being just PG and all these things. And that's really all there is to it. And, you know, we're still doing it to this day, and we will keep doing it until, you know, everyone gets sick of it or we run out of guests.
And that video about, why Bronies Clop is now the number one clopping video as far as views. It's got, how many?
200,000, 210,000.
I think it's up to 300,000 net views now.
Oh my God.
It's just got a ton of views.
It's ridiculous.
It's being like, if you search for Bronies on YouTube, it's on that first page of results.
Damn.
Which I don't know.
Which I think is very ironic and funny. Also, another thing about that video.
Hasbro.
So, let me clarify though for your listeners that this video is not like I tried to make it scientific. Like I'm not just like sitting there giving you my opinions. Like there's a reason that this is going on. So I just kind of wanted to talk about it. So it's not like some dumb, you know, where I'm just flashing a bunch of porn on the screen or something.
But this thing has a lot of genitalia, so that's just weird.
Right. It's not this random thing. But yeah, what I was going to say though, the funny thing is, Hasbro matched third party contented. Oh, I did not say that right. They had a match third party content on that video, and, they enabled monetization for Hasbro. So Hasbro is now making money on a video explaining why a lot of people in the fandom like to sexually pleasure themselves to, these characters on other websites. So I think that's very funny and ironic.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And I think if they knew that, they would probably turn off the monetization, but they don't know that because it's automatic. So.
Oh, and it's only 200,000. I'm sorry, I spoke too soon.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's what inspired me personally to make content.
So you got inspired because you wanted a new, thing for the playing community, a more adult thing.
Yeah.
And, corporate, you wanted it because you were interested in analyzing stuff.
Yeah, because I am an analyst in real life too. Like, that's what I do for a living.
Yeah. I love analyzing things, but I can't do it, most would say professionally. I will randomly, during an episode or during another thing, I will randomly see something, that most don't see. I mean, I've tried it against many people. Most don't see it. But I'll randomly pick something, and then I'll go way back, like 2 seasons back, and be like, hey, that thing was in this one.
You know, I got into it and I thought I could do it, but I just can't analyze the show. Like I'm not really good at it. And, I think I've gotten better though. In the last year I've been in this fandom, I think I'm way more analytically minded than I've ever been in my life. And I think I think there's a clear difference. And that's what's so cool about the community. Like people get inspired to do things and then they learn new skills and then they can apply that to the rest of their life. You know, that's great. It's really inspiring people to get better at doing things.
Yeah, I love the fandom for many reasons, but the main reason I love the fandom is how creative it is. From like artists to musicians to like video gamers. They've even made freaking video games for this stuff.
I mean, I don't know. My Little Pony video games are usually pretty shitty, but were you going to say something, Corp?
It's unrelated to your topic. I don't want to interrupt.
Okay, well, I'm done. I
Go ahead, mate.
My MLP video. I'm good.
That video we were talking about a few minutes ago, that clapping video. Do you know we get like 30 on average 3,500 views a day?
Damn.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Holy cow! I'm sorry. So that's totally off topic. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm an analyst. I like numbers. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, if it helps, I get like 6 views a day.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too.
What were we saying? Dog.
Do you have any more questions for us, man?
Yeah, I travel a lot, but
Great. Well, I have no plans right now. That's why
I'm enjoying it so far. So.
Well, I like to keep it small, so I think we're going to only go up to about an hour, so about like 27 minutes, give or take.
All right.
But I have a lot of questions on here that I usually ask like everybody, because most of my stuff is roughly 30 to 40 minutes long.
All right, let's.
How much pony merchandise do you own?
Oh, I own. When I first joined the fandom, and I was really spaghetti, and I had to get a plushie, I bought a Rainbow Dash custom-made plushie through eBay, but it was from a artist on DeviantArt. What was their name? I don't remember their name, but it's an excellent plushie, and I love it. And I also Corpulent bought me a Funko Rainbow Dash figure a while ago, and he sent that to my house, which I love and I'm very grateful for.
Notice how it said when I used to be spaghetti?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, I mean, you're totally not spaghetti now.
I'm not, man.
Did you take a bath with spaghetti?
I took a shower with spaghetti, actually. And it wasn't spaghetti, it was rigatoni. But anyways, I also, Knickers sent me a care package with like tattoos and some drawings she did and, one of the spaghetti hair kind of dolls or whatever, the ones you can brush, the brushables. And, otherwise I don't own any other merchandise. I don't really, I want to get like a Pinky plushie and an Applejack one and then I'll be good, I think. But, until I see a good deal, I'm probably not gonna go out of my way to purchase it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I cannot list all my, stuff. I had to put a link in this chat here, which, is a display of almost, it's about 80 to 90% of just the Twilight merchandise I have, the Twilight Sparkle merch. As you can see in that picture, the collection is quite formidable. But like I said, this is just Twilight Sparkle. There's a lot more than this, especially if you include my girlfriend. I should also point out that I have a website here called, bathroombrony.com. Now, it's not like sexual or anything at all. But what it is it is a video showing off some merchandise I bought for my bathroom recently. So basically I have a completely pumpified bathroom. Shower curtain, rug.
So I'm just don't guess right here. Your entire house is pony.
Basically, yeah. I've got thousands of dollars, and probably way too much. Plus, my girlfriend, who doesn't live with me, she lives in another place. She has a lot of merch too.
Jesus.
And some of her merch is in my house. So yeah, there's like a little mixture of pony merch. So yeah.
Impressive. Yeah, I have one Apple Bloom plushie that my friend made me, and I have
wow, that's good.
I have a set of the CMC. I have a set of like the CMC are like big plushies. And I have a Twilight, Pinky, and Rainbow Dash mini plushies. I have a hell of a lot of cards. I mean, I don't even know how many cards I have at this point. I have every single deck of the MLP trading cards except for Spike.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Spike's not a pony.
That's true. I'm sorry, Spike. You need a hug. He needs to get with Rarity at some point. Or he needs to get crushed. One of those two, but you just can't stay in the middle.
He had a Rarity plushie in Castle Sweet Castle. I thought that was kind of cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, boys with their adult crushes, their obsession. He's never going to get over her, though. That's the problem, man. Spike, you need to man up and just move on. Find another bitch.
You know, that was a tough lesson I had to learn.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what they need to do for an episode of MLP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that'd be a great point for most of the people who are currently like trying to get into a relationship with someone that they envy or they like, or much like they further up in status.
That's fascinating. Do you like Ed, Edd n Eddy?
Yes.
Come on, really? Jesus Christ. Okay, let's move on. Let's keep going. Whatever. Let's keep this train going.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want the train to fall and die. Do you believe in headcanons? If so, do you have any?
What do you mean, do I believe? Well, anyone can have a headcanon.
Well,
I mean, they're a thing.
By do you believe in headcanons, I mean, like, do you believe that headcanons are a way to, find good things from MLP? Like, you can find, headcanons and you can compare them to things.
Anybody, watching the show and imagining the way things could be is totally fine, and everybody does that always. I mean, that's, if they're just, I don't really, hold on. I don't really, like, okay, this isn't true. I guess I used to not really think about it very much, but the more I watch the show, I guess the more I kind of think about it, because that's a good way to analyze it, right? You need to kind of have a good imagination and be able to really piece things together and ask questions, most importantly. But, I think, if you're like Ink Rose and you really like doing headcanon-y things, that's totally cool, man. I mean, you can do whatever you want.
I don't really, I'm not a big fan of headcanons. I think too many people often will take headcanons and make it into reality, or reality, and make it into canon. Like I've had discussions with people or debates with people who I will say something like, well, we actually don't know,
Right.
we actually don't know Applejack's parents are dead. That was never said anywhere in the episode. Some of the writers have alluded to it, but even they haven't come out and said they're dead.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but they'll say, no, they're dead. That's what it is.
Well,
it's like, come on, guy. Just,
I mean, they are probably dead, but it's not entirely
But
sure.
you can't, but these people take these things in the show and make it like, this is 100% true. It's my
yeah,
head.
like there's things that are alluded to in the show where you could say there's subtext. Like Jesse Wood did a video, right, where he's talking about characterization, and he talks about Applejack's moment is like when she sees the meteors, this represents this and this. Well, that's nice, Jesse, that you think that, but we don't know that. Like, it's not implicitly said, so you can sit there and say, well, I think it's this, that's cool, but if you say it is this, right, that's not true.
I mean,
you don't know that. Nobody else has admitted.
It's not there. It can be there. That's like the main thing that it can be there, but it's not completely there.
It's like when people say you're implying something. It's like, well, no, I didn't say that. You're just interpreting it as inferring it as such. So, there's a bunch of.
What gets me isn't like arguments about those specific things. So I'll be having a discussion about something. Like I'll say, oh, there was never, there was never any display of death in this show. We except for a few frames of a funeral we saw, which may very well have just been the animators putting something in that might not have been written into the episode. And then someone will say, well, there was that scene where Applejack looked up at the falling star and thought about her dead parents. It's like, what?
How do you know?
You can read her mind? Oh my god, man.
Hey, yeah, exactly.
That's what I would really,
And that's another thing too, Corp, is like, when somebody's trying to prove a point and then they use like they're trying to prove a different point, and then they use the headcanon as like evidence, or the implied scene as like evidence, and it's like, no, well that scene, you can't say that, because you know, that's kind of the biggest thing. Because in the Rift, right, like we used to do really late night calls, and you could very clearly see from like the really good analysts or the people who were a little bit more not retarded, for lack of a better term. Like the analysts who were really bad, they would like, a lot of them like always say these really dumb things and like bring up headcanon, or they like, it's like they just fabricate things in the middle of the conversation to back up their points, and then, you know, everyone, you know, so yeah, I mean, headcanons or whatever, right?
Could you explain what the Rift is? Cause, I just realized that my fans might not know it.
Okay, so I'll do this really quickly. The Analysis Rift Cafe is a group on Skype meant for, or it used to be meant for, all of the people participating in the analysis community to come together and kind of collaborate and discuss the show and just kind of hang out, you know, a place where they could all be creative, through each other. Lately it has become a place where, anyone is basically allowed in, as long as you know, if you're an artist or whatever, or, you know, a musician, or an animator, anybody who has a set amount of subscribers, you know, and pieces of content need to, or can be accepted into this group. But basically it was just this hub point for the analysis community to kind of hang out and interact with each other on Skype. So, yeah.
It has like all the major, analysts on it.
No, that's the thing.
It had a lot of it used to.
As it got bigger and they started admitting more and more people, and you got more and more of the bad, well, as Sheldon termed them, the bad analysts. The more popular analysts started dropping out like flies. Right. So most of them have left. There's still like Dr. Wolf is still in there, and he pops in from time to time. And actually, A&Y has been active actually on episode days. I don't know if you've... Oh, wait, Sheldon's been banned from the Rift. But on Saturdays, A&Y says some stuff in there sometimes about the episode. Other than that...
I want to hear this. How do you get banned?
It's a very long story. I mean, if anybody wants to hear that story, just go watch some of our podcasts. I've told this story. It's just long. I don't want to take up time for this interview. It's a long story.
We can tell you after if you're personal.
Yeah, I can tell you after if you want to hear about it.
What
anyway.
Oh, I'm done.
Basically, just a lot of analysts, the people who started the Rift were like Amail Alicorn and Digibro, and then from there,
and
Toon Critic? No, it wasn't Toon Critic. It wasn't Toon
Critic. Digibro started it. I think it was. Oh no, it was A&Y started it, right? Because Brony Dev's been.
Oh yeah. A&Y started it, and so did Amail Alicorn. I think it was A&Y and Amail.
Yeah.
Right, and then they invited all these other guys and said, "Hey, yo, you know, this is this cool."
Bro, I Love Impossible a lot. Silver
Jess Wood, Give and Take.
Yeah, they were all in there.
Actually,
Gibbon's back, yeah.
I really want to talk to Kim sometime, but like, I haven't actually tried messaging her.
You should.
She doesn't talk to fans, so if you do approach her, do not.
I'm not exactly a fan of her thing because I haven't like seen most of her stuff. I only seen like 2 things. Because I don't particularly enjoy, Kim Possible. I don't watch it a whole lot. I think I've only seen like 2 episodes of it. But I don't think I've ever been to her channel except for twice. But I mean, I've seen a bunch of people collabing with her. I've seen, her personality. I've seen the Discord thing. You guys still there?
Yeah.
Okay, just
just
dead silence. So.
I mean, we know all about her, so like, I mean.
Yeah. But I really want to talk to her, like, just to get to know her better, to see if I really want to, see out her channel, want to get to know it better.
And you want to use her subscriber base to get subs, like we do, of course.
I want to get subs so I can get to other people who don't talk to me about subs.
Yeah, like Anthony.
Yeah.
Totally.
I really want to talk to more people, which means I need to get more subs. But the thing I found is, if people talk to me, they get more subs when I get more subs. So, if I'm talking to somebody and they don't want to talk to me, it's a lose-lose situation. Because the moment I get more subs, they won't get any more subs because they didn't try to join.
Well, I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
mean,
I've played the theory in my head like 20,000 times.
There are a lot of people though who will talk to you even if you don't have subs, and one of them is
Yeah.
Mad Munch. She's kind of known for that.
Yeah, I
And there are other people who will probably take the time to speak with you as well if you just ask around. I'm not sure. Maybe I Love Kim Possible a lot will. As long as you don't come off as a fan, she doesn't really like talking. I know that sounds really like bad, but I mean she says that on her Tumblr.
Yeah,
she says
I mean, I hate my fans, so I get it.
she doesn't hate them. It's just that she doesn't
I hate my
have
fans.
time. I guess is what she said.
Yeah,
It does
with
sound
a
weird.
lot of people, I message you guys this on Twitter as well. It's hi, I interview people, so on and so forth. There's like tiny little message, and I do that for almost everybody that I try to talk to, because Twitter is the best way to talk to someone, but it is the most infuriating and annoying way.
Yeah.
160 characters I want to punch you in the face.
Okay, let's move on.
Questions?
Sorry. Would you be interested in meeting any of the VAs in the show?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, not really. I mean, I'd be much more interested in meeting writers
Yeah,
like
same.
M.A. Larson or what's her face, the chick.
I want to meet
Megan
M.A. Larson.
McCarthy. Yeah.
Yeah,
McCarthy,
McCarthy's leaving.
No, that was
No, that's Amy Keating Rogers.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. This is her last season. I'd like to meet Josh Haber too, and I'd love to meet Polsky. And
You want to know? You want to know who my like bay is?
Who?
Neil Des.
Oh yeah. I want to see.
Dude, Neil Gusto or something. He's like a writer for the show. No, wait, that's not the guy.
No, his episode hasn't aired yet.
No, that's not the guy. That's not the guy. Who's my guy?
Oh,
fuck.
Is it the guy that was making those like tweets?
Yeah, he made the tweets about man,
the 9/11 or
Okay,
something.
Okay, his name is Nick Confalo. He's a writer. He's a writer for NLP, and he actually follows me on Twitter. I was like, oh my god, why? He started following me a couple weeks ago. I'm like, oh my gosh. Because he's funny. He's funny as heck. He started in season 5, and when they announced him, actually a month before they announced he was coming to be on the show, he tweeted out a couple pictures of what looked like scripts for the show.
Yeah.
And they had like Twilight Sparkle saying things like, I think we learned a lot today, Spike. And Spike is like, yeah, we sure did. Like the truth behind Benghazi. And all these like really crazy things that he had the character saying. I'm like, I like this guy. I like him.
I hope his episode's good.
Yeah. His episode hasn't aired yet, but I like Nick Confalo. I'd love to meet him and ask him why the hell he followed me. Like,
hey, you. Yeah, you just followed me. Yeah, you're pretty cool. Why the hell would you follow me?
Yeah, the writers though. The writers I think are way more interesting.
Yeah.
I've watched some panels. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Corey.
I'd also talk to like the biggest Jim. He's not really a writer. I think he's more of a producer, director.
He's a director.
He did do voice acting in this.
Big Jim Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Jim.
Yeah,
Big J.
he did Fluttershy's male voice at one point.
He also did
Troubleshoes. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Jim's cool. I'd like to meet Ingram too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I want to meet Daniel
Stefan
Ingram.
Andrews.
I want to meet Daniel Ingram so bad.
An exception to the VAs is probably Delancey, but that's...
I wouldn't.
I would. No.
Who is this uninteresting old man?
Oh my god, dude, I grew up with Delancey. What are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
If you had turned into a pony of your own making and or choice, what would you turn into and do in Equestria?
Okay, so I'll tell you my OC's backstory. My OC, he is a unsuccessful, homeless, useless horse. He just drinks and does drugs all the time and goes out to bars and, bangs the bitches and, you know, like, he just lives his life, man, and he's broke and he breaks the law and he's awful and society hates him, but he has a good golden heart deep down inside. And
Yeah,
a very
you just have to go really deep.
And a really nice yellow mane, that is actually inspired by Tony Williams' yellow drum kit. The legendary melodic player himself, because that's cool. And he also has glow sticks. And whatever. That's what would happen if I was a pony in Ponyville.
I kind
And
of
of
feel
course,
sorry.
I would marry my waifu, Applejack, and Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash, and I would live in, I would have a monogamous relationship with all three of them. And then we would, I'd switch between two, and I'd have awesome foursomes, and it would be...
Okay, so, what's the next question?
There you go.
Oh, you didn't tell me what you were, Sheldon.
What? Yo, I just told you.
Sorry,
man.
not Sheldon.
Corporate.
Yeah, corporate. I'm not, looking at your names right now because I don't have the giant list, so...
What's the question?
If you're turned into a pony of your own making and or choice, what would you turn into and do in Equestria?
Well, I don't know if I can answer this fully, but I would turn into a unicorn because master race. And, as for what I do, I don't really, I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that. So, maybe, yeah. Unicorn though, yeah.
Alright, two more questions. What do you think of the fandom so far?
I hate most of it. Next question.
I think the fandom's okay. Like I said, I like it. I'm not quite as, what do they call it? Jaded. Yeah.
I ain't jaded. What are you talking about?
You are.
We just need to give Sheldon a jade emerald.
Hey, I'll have you know, I am the biggest fan of My Little Pony, and I love it more than all of you. And I'm not going to let the fandom ruin that for me.
Hey, were you there when they were talking about how that's how Jesse Wood does things? Like he thinks he's the biggest fan, and he just really hates everyone else who likes ponies.
Well, Jesse Wood's a little extreme.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's okay. But honestly, it's just I don't have interest in hanging out anywhere else or participating in anything else. I don't want to go on DeviantArt and talk to artists. I don't want to, hang out on /MLP all day. I don't want to go to MLP forums. I don't want to go on Reddit, cause I don't like any of these communities. I've tried them. I mean, I'm not this faggot who just says I hate them all because I can.
Oh,
no,
my friend. That's when you go and grab some random schmucks off the streets and you just say that, hey, you like ponies, let's go together. That's what you do at that point.
I think I would be more okay with, I think at BronyCon I'm gonna have a lot of fun and I'm gonna be okay with participating in a lot of different things because it's a different kind of interaction. On the internet it's a little different. I have more freedom and choice to kind of do what I want versus, if you're in real, I just prioritize having fun when I'm in real life. So, well, I guess this is real. I hate when people say real life, it's so fucking different. But, if I'm in person and we're hanging out, and we're drawing pictures of ponies or talking about, some stuff in the fandom, yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm not gonna be some lame ass dude, I'm cool with that. But, in terms of the rest of the fandom, it's just not interesting. And, honestly, I think it's really quite obnoxious a lot of the time. But, I don't know. I'm just rambling. I'm just repeating myself too.
Corporate?
Yeah, I think I already answered a little bit, but I don't really have a problem with the fandom. I think it's pretty good. I think sometimes there can be a little too much drama. I know a lot of people like drama, and drama's not bad, but just sometimes it just gets too much, and it's just oh my gosh,
overwhelming.
Yeah, some of the stories kind of blow up. The Trace Ponies thing is a real thing that should have been looked at and exposed, and I'm glad.
Trace Ponies?
Yeah, Draw Ponies. You know him?
No.
Well, there's this artist who traced ponies, basically, and sold them and made thousands of dollars off of tracing ponies from the show.
Wow.
But, I mean, that's the type of thing that should be exposed, and I'm glad that, people, groups like Horse News and others, took that initiative to expose it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it kind of got, a bit overblown, maybe.
Yeah.
It was all the fandom talked about for, a week or so.
Well, at least it's not as bad as the Derby debacle.
Yeah. Yeah, or Twilight.
What do you mean the debacle?
Twilight
changed her voice?
Yeah.
No, this Draw Ponies thing was way more offensive than the Derby stuff. Who cares? Who cares about Derpy?
You
Who cares?
You weren't there, Sheldon.
Yeah, you weren't
I didn't
there.
have to be there. I experienced it, man. I heard about it. I listened to it.
Yeah,
I
I was never
I think it's
experienced
nonsense.
it. I heard about it.
God.
I don't think you were there either.
My brother was, though.
Okay.
Yeah, he was there for the entirety thing, as well as the Mandopel thing, and the Twilight Princess one.
I mean, we could talk. I kind of want to talk about my opinions on this. I kind of wanted to do a video on this subject, but it's been done and beaten dead like so many times. I just don't think there's a point. But I didn't have an issue with them changing the voice, and I understand why they did it, and I understand. I'm assuming that they were getting threats, maybe of legal action, maybe something. I mean.
The funny
Wasn't
thing
it iTunes? Didn't iTunes refuse to put the episode up so that
the
changed
voice.
it?
The funny
Right,
thing is,
so-
the funny thing is, her original voice by Tabitha Saint Germain. Tabitha made that voice because she didn't know that Derpy was female. So the only thing she had to base off of it was her neighbor's son.
Right. I mean, the argument is sort of that the character makes fun of, I guess that's a good word. It makes fun of, people with mental disabilities. And, I don't think that's very accurate because, people with mental disabilities sometimes do, dopey things because they can't help it and it's out of their control. And,
she has strabismus. I mean, it's not
she what?
She has strabismus. It's not a mental disability. It's a physical disability.
Wait, what? We don't know what she has. Who has said she has that?
You look at her eyes and you see they're
well, she might be.
That sounds like some headcanon shit right there, man.
She might be mentally retarded as well. We never know.
That could be. But you know, it doesn't matter what they did instead of letting her live as her original incarnation was to change her, which sends out the message to other disabled people: hey, you're not acceptable the way you are. We're going to have to go ahead and change you and make you more acceptable to society.
That's what
is BS.
That's what I just said. I didn't say that it's because she's retarded. I said it's because people interpreted that she has a disability. And the fact that they changed it, like you just said, gives off this impression that
it's more offensive that they changed it than it was.
It is. I can agree with that by far. But I mean, whatever. That's how it works. So if Derpy sucks, so who cares?
Derpy is awesome.
I like that a lot of fan kind stuff, how she has Dinky as the daughter.
Derpy was the first pony piece of pony merchandise I ever bought. I waited in line for hours at Pony Fair in Orlando to get me a Derpy. It was the first Derpy that was personally.
You sound like you're dying, Shell.
I'm getting over a cold right now, so it's all loosening up.
You said you had one more question for us, or?
Yeah, this one is from a friend, actually. If you could create your own plant with its own species, what would the both of them look like?
I'm not answering this question. It's retarded.
Did you say plant?
Planet.
Oh,
as in the big sphere that we're on.
I'd create Equestria. There you go.
Boom! Done! See ya.
That works.
Okay.
So, anything else you guys want to add before I get to the outro?
Subscribe to my channel. Ignore Corpulent Brony. Ignore Sin Speaks. My channel is better, so go there.
You can subscribe at watch.corpulentbrony.com.
Yeah. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps lots. And go check out both their people's channels because they'll be in the description below, and it's cool. I suppose. I mean, if you want to check out the channels, you should go check out the channels. Cause you can.
Don't listen to this guy. Check out my channel, guys. Don't listen to this.
Corpulent Brony channel is completely safe for Wuna.
Yeah, so go check out Corpulent and don't check out Sheldon. I mean, nobody wants to go see Sheldon.
You guys know the right choice in your hearts. Listen to me.
Yeah, I mean, don't listen to us. Even though I said to go look at his channel before, so yeah, just don't look at.
No, I don't care. I don't need your subscribers. I'm fine.
Thank you both for joining me. Really fun.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. This was cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
You too, Matt, and we shall see you guys on the next video. Auf Wiedersehen.